EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
2nd and 6. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like you had green on that play.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
11-yard line.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 11 yards there, first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Burrow gets this one quickly out wide. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early. Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Cincinnati.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
Intercepted. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how...
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
At the 45-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. This one complete to his running back, Jamal Williams. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
First down.
Throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Here's a quick throw out left. It's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
Complete.
They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
4th down.
Zach Taylor, a new breed of head coach. He's going to go for it on 4th down. They'll run with Mixon. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Let's take it inside his own 40. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory. But the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run here with Mixon. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
On the tackle.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And he's got it complete to Anderson. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, Burrow. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
They've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before.
Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. 20, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Todd Gurley with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown.
The kick in.
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Burrow now off the bootleg. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And the Bengals first.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Burrow. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Right back to him for 10 more and a first. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now Joe Mixon. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
This is Mixon. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
The handoff to Joe Mixon. He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A 4-yard pickup.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll take this one down to the 36.
Joe Mixon on
Zach Baum there on the tackle. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7. at the Bucs' 36.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 16.
Gain of 20.
A good pickup there of 20 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. He will push his way down to about the 14.
Ball carrier.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Mixon with it. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
3rd down.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in. Because
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
12. First down, Bengals.
They'll run on first down. Mixon. There to stop him was Carlton Davis.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Second
and we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
No game.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
From the gun on third down is Burrow. Caught right side, Tate. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he's into the clear. 30. 10. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs.
Buccaneers.
Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
Now a short one to Gesicki, and he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
At the 23-yard line.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he'll find Hall. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
To number 8.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 47 yards.
Bengals first down.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. To the air again, Burrow. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Intended for Jamal Williams. It's now 2nd and
10. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, it's Burrow. Open man is Ross, complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
That is caught inside the 5. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. The Bengals drive about to get going. Mixon will get it to start the second half. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Now Burrow on 1st down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
First down, Bengals.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Second down.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Burrow looking to pass. Trying to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow.
First down.
A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 53 yards. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Todd Gurley with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the interception by the Bucs D leads to a touchdown. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It's brought in left side by Tate. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A gain of 13. It's a first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 more yards there and another first down.
And a Bengal first down.
Now Burrow. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Past the 20. And he's finally out of bounds, but he's taken it all the way down to the 8. A big play there for the Bengals. And even 40 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll give it to Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Good positioning, and it's picked off.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bucs take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Going up top for Miller. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati 1st down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Robbie Anderson. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now an open man. That's the tight end, Gesicki. It's complete. And he'll go down at the 28. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
On second down, here's Burrow. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off inside the 10. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 5-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Von Bell. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game,
Number 28.
Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Robbie Anderson.
Robbie Anderson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
The Bengals.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They'll let Mixon try to run it in. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. And that almost makes it a brand-new ballgame. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
25-yard line. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 11 yards there, first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Gain of 9 brings up 2nd and a yard.
Man, I got 56 to Mike, bro. 56. Check 56. Oh, yeah. 19, right here. Here we go again. Mike 56. Mike 56. I want that. Give me that. Go.
Again they run with Gurley. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait, because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
They'll try and chew some clock with Gurley. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Here's Gurley now, out of the gun. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 40-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
Right at the line of
no gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And he'll be taken down at the 34. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this one is right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, let a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now, because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow got a man open. It's Ross. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. He gets this in the hands of Mixon, and he'll be stopped right at midfield. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
A gain of 14.
And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Burrow will throw. And he's got it complete to Anderson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. He's going to let it fly. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. And Burrow going to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Caught right side, Tate. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
4th down.
4th down. Here's Joe Burrow. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty.
The 4th down pass. Intercepted. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Victory formation now for the Buccaneers. Down to a knee they go. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay.